1 in every 25 New Yorkers walking down these streets is a millionaire. Now, those are some pretty decent odds. It's realistic to say that you might run into a millionaire while walking down the streets of New York City. But on the other hand, 1 in every 5 New Yorkers walking down these same streets live below the national poverty line. New York is a city of extremes, and living here, it's not for everyone. But if you're interested in seeing what it's like to rent an apartment on a realistic budget, then this video is for you. Now, I've shown you some of the most expensive places to rent and buy in this city. But today, we're going to be exploring some different options, the most affordable neighborhoods in the city, living situations, and more, so you can learn about what it takes to live in New York City. Your biggest expense living in the city is going to be rent. Apartments in the city, they go fast. Leases can get signed within minutes of seeing an apartment by applying via the internet on the spot. As a rule of thumb, don't spend more than 30% of your annual income on rent. New York is an expensive city, but the annual income is also higher than the national average. Let's check out the numbers. Manhattan's average annual household income is just about $67,000 per year, while Brooklyn is a mere $45,000. Queens comes in at $54,000 per year. New York's most suburban borough, Staten Island, is also its richest, with a median household income of $70,000 per year. And finally, the Bronx comes in at $33,000 per year. You are probably thinking to yourself, that is way more than I make. How could I possibly afford to live in New York? The thing is, that number, it's very skewed. Most likely, if you are watching this video as research on moving to New York City, you're between the ages of, let's say, 18 and 30, meaning that your median total income is nowhere near the average household salary of $67,000 in Manhattan. With that, my first tip for living on a realistic budget is to live outside of Manhattan. New York has 5 boroughs, and Manhattan is the most popular, but it's also the smallest. It's also where most of the big businesses have their headquarters and where the highest paying jobs are, so it makes sense that it would be the most expensive. However, with the actual geography of the city, along with the many transportation options, living outside of Manhattan gives you more options for a lot less money. The average rent for a 1-bedroom in Manhattan is $3,800 per month for just about 700 square feet worth of space. While in Brooklyn, the average rent for a 1-bedroom is only $2,500 per month. In Queens, $2,000 per month. In the Bronx, just $1,800. And in Jersey City, just $2,600 per month. Before you can even see an apartment, make sure it's in your budget. Most landlords in New York City require your gross annual income to be 40 times the monthly rent. Meaning, to rent the average 1-bedroom in Manhattan, you need to be earning around $150,000 per year. Although if you can't afford that, you can get a co-signer guarantor who will need to make 80 times the monthly rent. Now, the simple solution, if you don't make anywhere near that amount or you don't have anyone to co-sign your lease, is to live with roommates. It's not ideal, but when you're just starting out and you're trying to make it in the city, you have to do what you have to do. Number 1 on my list is Stuytown. Stuytown is a sprawling collection of red brick apartment buildings stretching over 80 acres from 1st Avenue to Avenue C between 14th and 23rd Streets. Stuytown has close to 9,000 apartments and 89 residential buildings. The average price of a studio in Stuytown is $2,600 per month. I have never been to Stuytown, and my first reactions, it is so peaceful and so quiet here. It's pretty much like its own separate city within the city. There's even a little cafe over there. There's people walking their dogs, just going about their daily lives. The only drawback I can really think of is that the buildings are all pretty bland. They almost look like hospitals or some kind of institution, but the good thing is right next to you is the East Village with tons of bars, restaurants, cafes, lots of vibrant nightlife. All in all, I would recommend Stuytown. Next up on my list is the iconic Theater District. The Theater District is bound by West 40th Street on the south and West 54th Street on the north, between 6th and 8th Avenues. The Theater District also includes the iconic Times Square, where the average price of a studio will run you $2,900 per month. Most people wouldn't think of the theater district as a place to live. You know, it's known for the bright lights and all the shows, but it's actually one of the cheapest places to rent in the entire city. Some positives of the theater district: you have tons of restaurants, all the shows, the bright lights. It's what people think of when they think of New York City. But with that comes the noise and also the crowds. So if you're looking for that peace and quiet, I wouldn't really recommend this neighborhood, but if you're trying to save money, you get what you pay for. And coming in at number 3 is Hell's Kitchen, which is widely known around Manhattan for very, very affordable rent. Hell's Kitchen is located from 34th Street to 59th Street and from 8th Avenue to the Hudson River in the west. This is 9th Avenue. Now this is the main drag in Hell's Kitchen, where all the restaurants and cafes are. Now Hell's Kitchen is definitely more on the quieter side compared to the theater district. As you can see behind me, this is what a typical neighborhood looks like. Lots of brownstones, very residential. So we're just filming in Hell's Kitchen and we run into Max, who lives here. And what would you say is the best thing about Hell's Kitchen?
Absolutely the rent. I have a 1-bedroom apartment in New York City for $1,900.
$1,900 for a 1-bedroom.
1 bedroom, no fee. So I didn't pay a fee for the broker, nothing. Newly renovated, stainless steel appliances.
You heard it here from a local. The rent is very affordable in Hell's Kitchen.
Yes, it is.
If you're looking to learn more about how to budget your finances before your big move to New York City, check out this course on money management, which is one of the many courses offered by the sponsor of today's video, Great Courses Plus, which is a subscription on-demand video learning service with the best lectures and courses from top Ivy League professors and other experts from highly esteemed places. They offer unlimited access to a huge library of over 11,000 video lectures about anything that interests you. You can stream and enjoy these lectures from your TV, tablet, laptop, or phone through the easy-to-use Great Courses Plus app. Visit thegreatcoursesplus.com/Erik Conover by clicking the link in the description below to start your free trial today. If this video brought you some value, click here and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more high quality New York City content. And with that, I will see you in the next video.